Yes, Karen, I want to first of all thank you, and I appreciate you taking out the time from your busy schedule. I know everyone's been really busy, and you have just been doing a lot, so I really appreciate the time that you're giving me for this interview. What I want to ask you is a few questions about your new business. Now, we know each other, and I've seen you for quite some time, myself and Ann, with you and your husband with Beans and Brews, and I keep quite an interesting collection of art rotating there. But what we want to talk about today, or at least what I want to talk about, is your new business, which is working with nutrition and working with counseling people as a life coach. Let me ask you, what is it exactly that you call yourself, and what exactly do you do?
And I am a health and lifestyle coach, and what that entails is I've been studying nutrition for about 10 years, and I decided that I would get certified this last year so that I could coach people and teach people about wellness through nutrition. And the reason that I decided to get involved in studying nutrition was that I found that a lot of people are really misinformed or have really little understanding about the foods that they're eating and the health and nutrition value in them, or the lack of nutrition value. So basically, my attitude is I want to educate people so that they are informed about the choices that they make, teach them how to shop for whole food, and also teach them how to cook whole foods at home.
Hey Karen, the name At the Core Nutritional Counseling, I love that name, At the Core, and I love what you did with your little cards too. This is really neat. I've talked to a few people over the years that are involved with other things like I am with Reiki, natural healing, nutrition. There's a lot of ways that you can go and affect yourself medically or get help, but you are a nutrition and a lifestyle coach. Now, some people go to doctors, some people get prescription medications, some people go to chiropractors, get their bones worked on, some people go to psychologists to work with their minds or their mental states. Let me ask you something. What is it that makes you unique in what you do compared to other people that work with healing?
Okay, what really makes me unique and my philosophy on food and health is really that I educate people on nutrition. A lot of people go to doctors, some people go to chiropractors, and what I really do is when I'm working with a client is I have a 6-month program, because when you're making changes that involve health, it does take a period of time, and what that involves is I work with them, I see them twice a month to incorporate the changes slowly so that they're long-lasting in their life, and I'm very passionate about it. And so basically my company is called At the Core Nutrition, and I believe that you can cure most illness at the core with nutrition and good food. Basically, what I'm saying is that I really want to educate people, help to educate them about food and our food supply, so that we can make a difference in how we're feeding ourselves and how we're feeding the world, and the effects that the long-term effects, negative effects that it's having on our health.
What you say is very interesting, and it's so true. What you eat, how you take care of yourself does affect you, which of course affects the world in general, as from whatever you touch, whatever you come across. But on a community level, how would you say this affects the community? I mean, personally.
My business affects the community. Well, there's a lot of ways, and we've all really heard about buy local first, and that is really important because when you're buying local foods, they're fresher. They don't have as large a footprint on the planet due to the fact that they're not being shipped long distances and we're not using fuels to transport them. So that's a really important component in what I do. So a lot of people don't understand that when they go to the market and see this was locally grown, how really important that is. And that is part of what I do, to educate people in our community about how important it is to attend farmers markets, and when you shop at Whole Foods or your local market, to really look for those vegetables and fruits that have been grown locally. It changes the planet, and it changes the community community that we live in. It also provides jobs, and that's another important issue in what I do. When you're buying local, you're actually keeping those people that live in your state or your community employed. So what I do really does affect people at a large degree in the community, a great deal.
You know, what you do is very, very helpful. It's fantastic. Let me ask you this, Karen. Do you have a certain personal philosophy or a mission statement that you use with what you do?
About my personal philosophy. And the name of my business is called At the Core Nutrition Counseling. And at the core, the reason I picked that is because I do, and my mission statement is really, I believe that all health starts at the core with nutrition, and that is my statement. If you look at the illness that we have in our country today, diabetes, heart disease, a number of any of the diseases that we have, childhood diabetes, really when you look at those, it all boils down to the nutrition or the lack of it that we're eating and consuming every day in our diet. So to me, I think that is the most important thing. I know we talk about healthcare a lot in our country, and we've really not found a solution because we're not looking deep enough. The real issue is, like I say, it's at the core. It's the food we're eating. We could really solve the problems that we have with our healthcare industry. We wouldn't need the physicians and doctors and pharmaceuticals if we were truly eating the foods that we're providing our bodies with nutrition. So again, philosophy at the core, nutrition, all healing starts there.
Now, here's one more question that I ask everyone when I'm interviewing them, and that is, I mean, it's obvious that you're very passionate about what you do, and what you do is a very good thing, obviously, and it helps a lot of people. I know just talking to you has inspired me on great levels. But let me ask you, what is it that you do when you're not doing this?
What I do when I'm not working on my business, and I think that really I'm so excited about educating people that wherever I go, whatever I do, I'm always interjecting that about food and nutrition to everyone. But the things that I do when I'm not working on schooling and nutrition, I watch my cute little grandson, who's 9 months old. I own a business. I work out. I do yoga 5 days a week. So I try to incorporate all the things that I talk about into my life, living a healthy lifestyle, but yet being involved in the community and being involved with my children and my family and my friends, and really just trying to keep active.
Now, Karen, what would be some advice, or what would you tell someone else who's thinking about getting involved in a healing practice or a nutrition-based practice, or as a life coach like you do? Is there anything that you would tell them that were thinking about getting involved in what you're doing?
What I would tell anyone who wants to do what I do or be involved in making a change in the world through nutrition is to really just jump in and get yourself educated about health and food. There's a lot of ways you can do that. The school that I'm attending is called the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. It's a worldwide movement to improve the way that we eat and the nutrition on our planet. And you can start as young as you want, or it doesn't matter how old you are. It's never too late to really make a change and impact the world through food and the changes we make when we eat every day.
Okay, now here's the question that everyone wants to hear, and that, that is doing what you do, a life coach, a nutrition counselor, and what you do with At the Core Nutrition Counseling, your new business. Can you make money doing this? I mean, if someone thought about getting involved with this, is it something that they can actually make money at? Would they have to get another job, or is it just something that's good to do, but what can you tell me about that?
You really can. It depends how much time you want to dedicate to it. As a full-time health coach, I mean, you can make as much money as you want, or you can work part-time, as few hours a week as you choose to. But the most important part really about this business is educating everyone on the planet about food and nutrition. Hi, my name is Karen Rablin. Okay, I've given Al Perry permission to record me for